Do you want to be better at interior design? Well, today's video will show you 5 habits that us interior designers have that you can use as well. The first habit us interior designers have is we are very used to using different textures and finishes. So what this means and how you can apply it for your space is make yourself a list. Make sure you have something in your space that is smooth, something textured, something shiny, something matte, and then different patterns and colors. So if you go through this checklist and make sure to apply those to your spaces, it will add more depth and interest to the space. If everything is shiny in a space, it'll all feel too new or maybe a little off-putting and not welcoming. A good example is even the pillows back here on my couch. One is a textured boucle type fabric, and the other one is completely different color, different texture, totally different vibe and size. You want to layer that to add that visual interest. The second habit you'll want to adopt is to include personal items into your decor. And I know that sounds super obvious, but a lot of times people will see something online or in a magazine and they'll go to that store or that vendor and purchase everything and just plop it into their house and say, okay, that's done. You want to make sure that you have either some family heirlooms, some little antique pieces, cherished items that have been handed down to you, or that you have purchased, many years ago that you still want to bring forward and use in your current design. So using personal items help a space feel more personal and definitely more interesting. The third habit that us interior designers have that you can also use is to look around and see what can be repurposed. When we come into a client space, we take a look and see if there's something that we could bring forward. Meaning, if there's a coffee table, could it be repainted? If there's side tables, would it work if we kept them but just moved them to a different location? If there's a couch, would it still be usable if we swapped out the blankets and the pillows that are on the couch? This is a great way to save money. And to make sure the space still feels true to you. So always look around and see what you can repurpose. Our fourth habit is to layer your lighting. This is so very important. Even if you don't plan on doing a huge renovation or a huge interior design swap, make sure to tweak and alter your lighting. So you want to make sure you have good overhead lighting, make sure the fixture looks good as well as functions well up above. Then you want to layer the lighting with lamps like you see behind me. That adds mid-level lighting. Make sure your light bulb temperature isn't too cool because that can ruin a space as well. And then even below that, you can have accent lights from the floor. There's so many different little lamps and things you can buy that plug in, say, behind a plant that will illuminate it and give that textured look. It's super important for rooms like kitchens as well, where you want to have those layers highlighting different architectural features in the space. So habit number 4, layer your lighting. And the last habit that interior designers have that you definitely want to have is to make sure that the function and comfort of the items that you're bringing into the space override the look. And I know that can be counterintuitive, but there is nothing worse than if you see a beautiful couch and then you go to sit on it and the arm is super low or the back is super low and you're like, you don't know how to sit or relax or hang out. Same thing with a chair. If you sit in a beautiful chair, but the arms are, awkward or narrow, or you can't lean back or recline, it doesn't work. And same thing I see too with coffee tables. Many times a coffee table will look super beautiful, but it'll be super low or placed really far away from the couch. So from a nice, beautiful Instagram photo, it might look great, but the function and comfort of it just doesn't work. So unless you're really just trying to go for a photo or you're working on a showroom space, make sure the comfort and function even comes above the aesthetic. So there you have it, 5 interior designer habits that you can implement in your own home. So take at least 3 or 4 of those and implement them next time you go to redecorate or renovate a space. And I hope you found this video interesting. If you could, please like and subscribe and come back and watch some more. We'll see you later.